All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Andy D's Restaurant, located at 5887 US 90 in Milton, Florida. Welcome to Panther Pride Night. We're brought to you by Realtalk Podcast, and I'm your host, Lonnie Bennett. I have a special guest with us this evening, Milton's offensive coordinator, Coach Vandervort. Is that right? Vandervort. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. Glad you took out the time to come and sit with us. Coach, tell us how you arrived to Milton and ended up as the OC with the Panthers.
Yeah, so I started out my high school career coaching at Pine Forest. I played for Coach Pollard at Pine Forest, won the state championship in 2000. And then as I got finished with school and whatever jobs I was deciding I was going to do before I got into actual education, I was just helping out up there, and my son was playing up there, and I kind of got into it, and I was like, man, I really miss this. So I started volunteering at Pine Forest, and I ended up being up there for 9 years. I worked for Coach Pollard there, his last few years there, and then Jason McDonald for a couple of years, and then Ronnie, Coach Douglas actually took over, and we were together there for his 3 years. And then when he decided to step away, I went for the job at Pine Forest, and things didn't work out, and I kind of just said I need to step away and separate myself from my school, my alumni there, and see something different. So from there, I went to Fort Walton Beach for 2 years and worked with Bobby Clayton, coach at Catholic High School. So I know those guys very well. Was there with him for a couple years, and then Coach Douglas called me back up and was like, hey, I think we got an opportunity, and would you be interested? And I said, I'm ready whenever you are, Coach. So that's where we're at.
All right, so you never coached with Coach Carter?
No, sir, not Coach Carter. He came in after we were gone.
All right. Coach, you know, and everyone knows that follow Panther football, the previous year was a tough year.
Yes, sir.
What did you guys bring to the table? What did you guys bring over from Pine Forest, from your repertoire, to change things around?
I just think it's a set way of doing things and how we do things. We're going to be disciplined. We're going to work hard in the weight room. Our practice schedule, even at Pine Forest and how it is now, it's a set regimen. Like, we're on time, we're going, we're moving. Like, there's not a whole bunch of downtime. We have guys that are carrying water around with them. We're not stopping to take water breaks. Like, we're doing our job and trying to get as much reps as we can get done in a short amount of time as possible.
Okay, good.
So as long as we're getting the reps, Coach Douglas will say, as long as we're getting the reps, we'll be fine.
All right. Okay, the Panthers come out the gate. We dropped the first game to Pensacola Catholic, Pensacola Catholic is a good football team. Yeah. We all know that.
I think they're 11-2 last year.
11-2 last year. I had the luxury of attending the game, and we kind of shot ourselves in the foot out the gate. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, not to make excuses. We got some young guys up front. I think we have some skill guys that are going to be able to help us out a lot this year. Those guys are learning on the fly, and they're working, and they're doing a lot. We're gonna move some pieces around and continue to grow that group and push those guys and challenge them to get better and better every week. If you look at Catholic, they've got a very good defense as well. Number of returning guys up front. They got some young guys. Coach Clayton's son made a lot of plays. He blocked a punt there and made some tackles. But they're a good program. They're a good organization. Like I said, I've worked with him and I've known him. He was actually our quarterback's coach when I was in school, and he married Coach Pollard's daughter. So there's a whole family dynamic there, and I know that family very well. Love those guys. But he's very disciplined, and he's going to push those guys. And I know how he works and does his things over there, and he does a really good job and pushes his program.
Okay, good. Now, what's going forward? What's the plan? We got the Tate Aggies. We got to go to Tate.
Yeah. No. Tate comes to us.
Tate
Friday.
comes to us. Okay.
Tate comes to us Friday.
Yeah. So we got a home field advantage. How do we look?
Well, we'll see Friday night, but I mean, I feel good about what we're doing, and the guys are working hard, and they're continuing to push themselves. There's a lot of stuff within our team right now that they're working with each other, they're communicating with each other, they're pushing each other, and trying to make sure that we right the ship and get back to where we're supposed to be.
Man, I'll tell you what. There was one kid. I don't like singling kids out. I don't like doing that, but I got to give credit where credit due. Addison, linebacker Anderson.
Oh, Ariston Johnson.
Ariston Johnson.
Yeah.
Played 4 quarters.
Oh yeah.
4 quarters of football.
Yeah.
Outstanding young man.
Very
Question, good. just a fan. Do you see later on down the line that maybe he can get some touches?
We'll see.
We'll see. Okay.
We'll see. He has played running back before. We worked him there in the spring, so he's familiar with what we do on offense. He's a very key component of our defense and one of the leaders of our defense, and he makes a lot of plays for those guys over there. He's a big kid that can run very well, so that doesn't go unnoticed.
Right.
And it's there, like, the possibility for that to happen for sure.
Right. And I like what I saw. I mean, like I said, we were started out the gate, 3 and out, had a block punt. We were playing with our back against the goal line.
Yeah.
And those guys stood up.
They did.
They really stood up. They played good football.
I think they held them down there on the one, either that drive or the next one. That was that first drive. They held them down there at the one for three or four plays.
Right.
And
right.
You know, they bowed their necks and held them out there as long as they could. And we put them in a bad position by not getting a first down and not moving the ball and then having the block punt. So we put them in a bad position there a couple times.
Because what do you tell your players at halftime? You're in a hostile environment. You're down. What was it, 10?
Yeah, I think it was 14-0. I think
14-0
at half. We're still in the game. Like 2 scores, we can do that. That's drive the ball, score. Defense has been playing lights out all night long. Those guys were doing a great job. I think they only held those guys. You know, that's a really good offense. And again, I know Coach Clayton. They had a short field all night, so not as many yards, but they held their offense to 130-something yards, I think.
Okay.
So
good, man. I know one thing. I can't wait to see you guys. Are you guys healthy?
Yeah.
You completely healthy going into the Tate game?
Yeah.
Any major injuries?
No, we're pretty healthy right now.
Okay, Coach. What's your prediction, man? What's your prediction? Give me a prediction.
Well, I think it should be a good night for the Panthers.
Good night for the Panthers. That's
if we play how we have practiced, we can do good things.
Anything concerns you about Tate?
They've got a couple big guys up front. Their defensive front is pretty solid. You know, for them offensively, they want to run the ball and then spread the ball around. But for us up front, you know, they're going to load the box on us, and we've got to do a job of trying to back those guys out of there to be able to do what we need to do.
Good. Well, Coach, it's been real, man. I'll tell you what, can we do it again sometime? Whenever you're available, I'd like to have you back on.
Anytime.
Anytime?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Thanks, sir.
Definitely.
Good to see you. Appreciate
Yes,
it. All right, we'd like to thank Coach Vandervort for coming out and visiting with us and sharing with us those Panthers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back at you. Panther Pride Night, Andy D's Restaurant, Milton, Florida. I have with me the one, the only, the owner, Andy D. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'd like to thank you very much for giving me the honor to be on your show today. It's a pleasure.
Likewise, we thank you for having us.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Andy.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little about yourself. Who is Andy D? How did Andy D end up in Milton, Florida, the restaurant on US 90?
Oh, absolutely. So I moved to the Pensacola area about 10 years ago. I started in with some partners in a restaurant business. I had always owned bars. It was my specialty in that part of it. But I learned the restaurant business down in another part over in Navarre, Florida. And then one day I was sitting outside in the parking lot here waiting to go to an appointment. And a real estate agent friend of mine said, you know, the building you're sitting in front is for sale. So he gave me the key. I walked in, I opened the door, and I envisioned everything that's here today. And I've always felt that Milton was kind of the community I wanted to be in. Some of the other communities are not as wrap themselves around you. Milton is definitely kind of like where I came from back in 1980. It's not as developed as it was. It's still a hometown. It still gives you that hometown feeling. It still lets you get embraced by the community as a good public business.
Yeah, yeah. So I see the man when we pass by. The parking lot speaks for itself. What are you doing to attract so much business, man?
Well, I think we do what every business needs to do, especially a local business like ourselves. I think it's listen to the customers, understand what they want, give the customers what they want, give them value for their money. Look, it's not the highest income community in the world. We're not high class. We are working class people. We got a working class menu. We've got good, solid service, and I think we provide that. I've always wanted to provide that. My former career was a fireman, so I know public service, hospitality and public service go hand in hand. And so we try to provide that with the greatest and utmost of letting the community trust us with their hard-earned dollars and giving them value for their money.
You sure you haven't sold any insurance, man? You pretty smooth. Yeah,
I've been a salesman since I'm 4 years old.
I got you.
I
man.
sold everything from fire trucks to food in every which way. But it's, you can't, people get a bad rap about salesmen. The truth about salesmen is if you believe what you sell, you're successful at it. And that's why the parking lot's full.
That's a good deal. Good deal. But man, I don't know how many times that, like I say, I've came in since I started this Monday night. Man, your wings are
Off the chain. Off the
wings
chain.
are good. Wings are
Yeah,
good.
I mean, I wish I could take credit for everything on the menu, and it's my cooking. My hands aren't dirty. I'm not in the back there dropping stuff in grease, but we have a great staff. Our director of operations, homegrown Milton girl, she actually came up with the recipe for the wings. We've tried a lot of things. I'm going to tell you right now, we have it where it is the community's restaurant. I know you got a lot of chain restaurants here, and they do offer value, but we really feel like when you walk into this building, you're walking into the Milton place to eat.
All right. We know you have good food.
Yes.
I can attest to that. Tell us the other things that you offer here at Andy D's.
Well, in every restaurant we offer entertainment. We think there's a value to both food and entertainment. So you'll have karaoke one night, you'll have bingo some nights. We offer bands on Friday and Saturday, sometimes Sunday mornings. We've got a beautiful brunch menu. And we kind of keep it active participation eating. Because you can pretty much get Uber to your house. By the way, we are as well on Uber Eats now, and we are setting up our drive-thru in the next week. So those are all things to come and offer value more to the community. But honestly, we like to offer entertainment and good food and great service.
That's a good deal. My wife and I, we stopped by, I think it was Friday night. We had a band. We had live music.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, we couldn't get in.
And they're all local bands.
Yeah, we couldn't get in. Standing room only. That's a good thing.
It's a good thing. And, we try to provide, we have a great relationship with our entertainers, even our DJs. We do line dancing on Thursday night. We use the same DJ for line dancing as we do for karaoke, and we kind of keep those people eating off our plate, right? We might be spending a few extra dollars, but you're getting that local guy who's literally making Milton what it is and staying in the community.
Well, man, we're glad to be able to join forces with you for Panther Pride Night. Couldn't have been a better setup.
Yeah, and look, I played football in high school. I was on an undefeated championship team. My father-in-law was on a state championship team. Football is a dear sport to our heart. I am a little partial to lacrosse because both my girls played lacrosse and my son played lacrosse. I was the only football player in my family. But football is so many life lessons, so much there. And we hire a lot of kids from all the teams to come here. We support the teams as much as we can. We feed the quarterback club. We feed the boys on Friday. We give them breakfast. So we're just going to keep participating in the community, supporting the community as it supports us. And we think that's going to be a great relationship.
And good deal. Well, that's about it, man. You said everything.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me again. It's a great thing to be invited to something like this. You got a great niche. You got a great little program here. I'm going to recommend you put some signs out in the front here. A little bit more participation.
Yeah, let me tell the story.
Yeah, let me tell you the story.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're back with our special guest, main attraction, Mr. Andre Flakes.
Yes, sir.
Milton standout, Troy standout. Mr. Flakes, we're glad to have you.
I appreciate you having me.
It was a tough trying to get in touch with you, but I got in touch with one young man that he knows you pretty good.
Somebody's gonna know me.
Yeah. I'm gonna say a few things. These things ring a bell. AKA Too Pretty.
Yep.
AKA Honey Badger. AKA Superman. So you had a game-saving interception in 2012-2013 season to seal the deal against Pace.
Yep.
You broke the curse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As they would say.
As they would say. But man, tell those who don't know you, who is Andre Flakes? We know you play ball, but who is Andre Flakes?
Man, I'm just a small town guy. I mean, I was born in Texas, moved here since I was 3. Wanted to play football growing up, played Madden and all that stuff, but parents didn't have the money at the time until I was like 9 or 10 years old. And then that's all I can think about is playing ball. Like you, I'm a Florida fan, big Gator fan. So watching Percy Harvin, Tim Tebow, all those guys, like that's all I can think about. But
so you said like me, I'm a Gator fan. So you've been researching me.
A little bit. You researched me. I got to get it back.
Okay, I get. Hey, Mr. Flakes, when you hear the word Milton Panther football, what comes to mind? Describe Milton Panther football to you.
Growing up, it was just Milton. When you hear Milton, it's just like hard-nosed, we're tough. You might win the battle, but we're going to win the war. Like, we're going to hit you in the mouth. We're going to be tough. And we're going to give it all we got.
Who were some of the people that you can look back on and say these people influenced me? I looked up to, they inspired me.
Well, the first person is I was big Reggie Bush and Vince Young. Those are the two people growing up I watched. College football on Saturdays. Reggie Bush can do anything, and then also Vince Young. He was a quarterback that inspired a new era of a running quarterback almost. So those two people kind of what I grew up on.
Yeah. What did football mean to you to the point where you wanted to give everything you had for the game? Because I was told that you just leave I didn't get a chance to see you play.
Yeah.
I didn't have the luxury of seeing you playing, but I was told that you leave everything on the field.
Yeah. Growing up, like I said, I was like, I just wanted to play ball. I watched it, and then I didn't really commit to it until I was, 8th grade, 9th grade, and I'm like, oh, this is the only thing I got, the only thing I think of. So after that, I was like a team player, and when I'm on that field, I'm just going to leave everything I got on there. And then next week, we'll figure it out, win or loss, and then get back to it.
As a young man, starting out playing football, was there ever a moment where you was like, well, man, I don't know. I don't know about this. Maybe you got your bell wrong. I don't know.
A lot of people don't even know. I watched Reggie Bush and Vince Young and all these people. My first few years, I played nose guard and tight end.
Yes.
Yeah, first few years I was on the midgets and always played a grade up too. So I always played with older people. And, we have all these talented people that are like, oh, we don't know where to put you. Like, you start here. So I started at nose guard, started at tight end, and after that, I didn't really realize had some abilities to be great until my junior year or playing the juniors and until my freshman year, and then I'm like, actually, I'm pretty good. But yeah, starting off, I didn't think I was that. I just want to play ball. I just want to hit people.
So, in your little league era, someone told me, a little bird told me that you had a signature move where you would just leap everybody, and that's when they started calling you Superman.
It was a couple of instances. My stepdad uploaded a video when I was on the juniors, and I went to go score a touchdown, and I leaped, and it looked like I was Superman. I jumped over like 4 people to get in the end zone, and he labeled it on YouTube. You can still see it. It says like Superman died touchdown. But I had this like I don't know error or what it was, but people used to they couldn't tackle me, so they tried to dive at my feet, and I was just trying to hurdle everybody. You coming at me, I'm hurdling you.
So nose guard to running back.
Yeah, well, I did nose guard and tight end until my last year on the midgets. And they're like, oh, we're going to put you at running back. And they was like, oh, well, you kind of do everything. So we put him at safety, put him at running back, put him at receiver. And then that's when I started kind of bouncing around until I got to the juniors. And they had me at DB for a while. And then they're like, oh, he's athletic. He ain't the biggest, he ain't the strongest, he ain't the fastest, but we can use him.
So when did you know that which position that you wanted to settle in? When did it come? Before you got into high school, I'm pretty sure.
I didn't want to settle for nothing. I got that little taste when I was playing on the juniors where I can play both sides of the ball. I didn't have to come to the sideline. I was on the field nonstop. I didn't want to come off. So any way I can get the ball, any way I can go hit somebody, any way I can help our team, just keep me out there. So it came to where I didn't want to come off the field.
In your youth football, who's that one coach that really just got to you? That one coach.
It's funny you say that. It comes back to the name Too Pretty. Coach Sam, when I came to the juniors, that's how I got my name Too Pretty. He kind of was a coach that was like hard on me, but he loved me at the same time and kind of taught me the way I was be able to be a good athlete and good football player. And he always called me Too Pretty because every time I try to shake somebody or do anything, he's like, man, you're doing it too pretty, man. Stop. Just run down the field. I'm like, sorry, coach, it's who I am. And that's how I got the nickname Too Pretty as well.
Coach Sam?
Oh, Coach Sam, yeah.
Coach Sam was important to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, entering high school as a freshman, did you play freshman or did you just go right to the JV squad?
I played freshman. It was kind of weird my freshman year because we had a new coach come in, and we didn't technically have a JV. Our freshman was the JV, so I think half of our games was a freshman game, and then the other half was like JV and freshman mix. So I was kind of used to playing up already, so it didn't bother me. But yeah, it was kind of like a mix my freshman year.
Yeah. So you playing JV freshman. Which position did you settle into that you called your own?
Well, I kind of got put in the position because, like I said, we had a new coach come in and we ran the veer. So very old school, downhill running. So I actually started at quarterback and safety. So, the best athlete on the field when you're running the veer has to be the quarterback. Best reads, best runs, all that stuff. So I actually started at quarterback and then safety when we went to defense.
Okay. You had a illustrious career.
Appreciate it.
Milton Panther.
Yeah.
Now, it is written that you finished your career with 3,544 all-purpose yards and 32 touchdowns. What was the recruiting process like with those type of numbers?
I really didn't see much until my start of my sophomore year. And after my sophomore year, I actually kind of blew up and was like, oh, I can actually go to college. So I can actually get recruited like I always wanted to be. It kind of blew up. I had so many offers, so many coaches looking at me, week in, week out. I had coaches come to the office like, we need to talk to Flakes, like, who is this guy? It was kind of a roller coaster, and especially now that I look back at it being so young, it was mind-blowing. I was like, all these offers coming in, this is what I dreamed of going to play college.
You had to pinch yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who was the, I want to say most famous coach? Who was the most famous coach to come to reach out to you?
Actually, I would say the top two. I was actually recruited by Florida. But I ended up going to a camp. They was like, hey, come to this camp. We love you, but it's you and this other guy, vying for a spot to play running back. Went to a camp, tore up the camp, but at the time I was, 16 years old and 5'8", 165, and they ended up recruiting another guy because he was 6'2", two something. But Florida and Clemson was probably the top two. I know Clemson. It was Dabo Sweeney at Clemson at the time was the one who recruited me.
He's pretty convincing, isn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah, he's a good seller.
Yeah, I actually went to a visit up there and went down the mountain they had, touched the rock, went to their game room. They had pool tables, arcade, the new Xbox, new PlayStation, 65-inch TV. I'm like, better than what I got at the house. Like, can't beat that.
And who was at Florida at that time?
I think it was still Urban Meyers at the time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How does it feel to touch that gator?
It was nice. I mean, I got to go in the locker room, touch the gator, do the whole walkout. It's something crazy.
Okay, you've dabbled, Urban Meyer.
Mm-hmm.
How do we narrow it down to Troy? What made you make your decision?
True. I went visit Clemson, and then I visit Troy too. Troy, I ended up picking because even though Clemson had all these, big accomplishments and like the game room and all that stuff, Troy was like they're D1, they're very underrated, but they win championships, they win conferences, and it kind of reminded me of Milton. I grew up in Milton. It was a small town, but not too small where you can still, you can go to Pensacola, you can go 2 hours on the road, you can go to Panama City. Mm-hmm. It felt like home to me when I went to Troy, and they kind of offered me the same things what I was doing in high school. It's like, hey, we'll put you at a slot receiver, we'll put you at running back, you'll return kicks and all this stuff. So it just felt like home. So that's at the end of the day why I picked Troy.
So the transition it made it easier because Troy was another Milton.
Yeah, and It was a little bit closer to home too, because Clemson was like 8-hour drive. Troy's like 2.5 hours, and then the way I drive, you make it there in 2 hours.
Yeah.
But
so how was the transition though? I mean, you're coming from Milton, mm-hmm. You at 90 Stewart, and now you got these, you got Troy. How was it? Was it tough leaving home and having to do everything for yourself? How was the transition from high school to?
It was definitely different. I mean, especially like going out on your own on the first time. But still, the same as Troy is like you got two streets. You got the main street, and then you got another street, and then you can find everything. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't too crazy, but I did find myself coming home for the first year, like every other weekend, until it was like I started maturing and started growing up. Like, all right, well, I'm here to play ball. I'm here to do this, but I'll get home whenever I can. Yeah. But I also had good parents too that came up there and visited me and stuff like that.
Did you feel like home?
Yeah.
So we're at Troy now, freshman year. Mm-hmm. How was your freshman season? How was it? Did you get redshirted? Did you get a chance to play?
I did get a chance to play. Now looking back at it, going into that, it was just like I was so young and didn't really understand it or I didn't know you could redshirt. I didn't know you could blue shirt, medical redshirt. Mm-hmm. All that stuff, and coaches talked me up a big, like, oh, you're gonna play, you're doing great. But I ended up my freshman year only playing special teams because they had me on kickoff return, punt team, punt return, and all that stuff. But I was like the front line guy. I was running down the kickoff. I was a L5 and R5. They wanted me to go, make a tackle, bust up the wedge. And all that. Yeah, and I was it hurt my feelings for the first year. I remember after games, I'm calling my mom, I'm almost in tears, like, oh, I ain't getting no playing time from going to playing every down to maybe playing 10 snaps, just playing special teams. I'm like, Mom, I don't know if I can do this, blah, blah. I don't know if this is for me. But then she's like, no, baby, stick it out. It's your first year. You got to grow and all this stuff. So it was definitely a big change, I would say.
Yeah. So now you got going to your sophomore year. Mm-hmm. Sophomore year, things start looking up for you a little bit more, right? Mm-hmm. Tell us about that.
So I was actually recruited for being a slot receiver. They knew my history of play running back. I played any position on the field but O-line, D-line. Before the start of the season, spring ball comes around. Running back gets hurt, and I was like, "Hey, Andre, I know you're an athlete. You've been doing all this stuff. Can you move to running back?" Our third string running back got hurt. We don't got no backup. Can you move to running back? I said, "Of course, coach. Anything for the team. If I get more snaps, cool." So my sophomore year, I ended up going to running back, and then first game, our backup, second string, which he went to go play for the Cowboys, Jordan Chun, played for the Cowboys, big guy, like 220, 5'10", running back, downhill. Set the record, actually, at Troy for most touchdowns and playing time and all that stuff. He ended up getting hurt the first game, and they was like, "Oh, you're number 2 now." I'm like, "Cool with me. Sorry he got hurt, but, like, if I can get more touches, that's fine." So that's how I ended up transitioning from slot receiver to running back my sophomore year.
Okay, so now sophomore year, you spend the entire sophomore year as a running back. Junior year.
So my junior year, which is crazy too, my sophomore year, which was kind of biased because there was a senior in front of me and they were trying to get him touches and all that stuff. But at one point in like 3 or 4 games, I was averaging 34 yards a carry and a touchdown pretty much every carry I was going. But I had a senior in front of me, so it was kind of like take the back seat. So my junior year, they go up. This backup running back that got hurt, he comes back. He's fully healed, and it's pretty much me and him. And they're like, "Hey, y'all gonna battle for a spot for running back and all that stuff." But then the slot receiver got hurt, so it was like, "Hey, Andre, like the slot receiver got hurt. Can you do running back and receiver?" I said, "It's fine with me as long as I get more touches." Cool. So pretty much my junior year, I played slot receiver and running back. So I did speed sweeps, was in the backfield most of the time too. So felt like high school all over again. So I was like, "Yeah, it's fine with me."
Yeah. So now you, anyone can see it. Can we get a shot of this? Can you get a shot of that there, please? Tell us a little bit about that jury right there. How did that come about? And
Yeah.
take us to the jury story.
So I actually got this my senior year in college. I would say I was supposed to have more than this because we went to a couple bowl games my sophomore, junior year. But we had a new head coach, and he said, "Yeah, I'm not going to get y'all a ring because y'all didn't win no conference championship. You didn't win some of the championships. So until y'all do that, then y'all don't get a ring." So we were fighting hard for it. So my senior year, we went 11-2. Went in Death Valley, beat LSU, top 25 team.
I remember that.
Pretty much that year too, going into it, my coach looked at me. We have our little meetings. He was like, "Hey, running back room's kind of full. Receiver room's kind of full. You can go try to fight for a spot, or we can put you on defense." I said, "Coach, wherever I'm going to play the most at, you can go ahead and put me at." So I ended up that spring going to safety, and they ended up moving me to nickel my senior year. So I played defense my senior year. And pretty much went out there, started, and went 11-2, won conference, and then we won a bowl game as well. Went to New Orleans Bowl in New Orleans, so played in Mercedes Dome, and we won, I think, 32-17 or something. And then finally got a nice piece of jewelry down there, and it's a little bit bigger, I tell people too, because they combined our conference ring and a bowl game ring into one.
Man, that's what's up. That's what's up. Man, your story is very, very encouraging, man. For the young guys out there that's trying to make it, trying to get recruited, trying to go to school.
Yep.
Andre, if you had to tell these young players today, because the game has changed a little bit now, you have NIL and everything, what advice could you give some young man that offer has not come yet? And I'm not getting the offers that I want. I don't know if I'm going to make it. What would you tell them?
I would say outside of school and your regular sports, you got to be putting in work. That means weekends, instead of going to the beach or hanging out with friends, like you got to put in some kind of effort and some kind of work that you need to get to the next level. Because like you said too, nowadays the games have changed so much that the recruiting process is way different than what it was when I was in school. It's like now you can get somebody that has, a transfer portal that's from a bigger school that goes to this school. It's like you have to work 2 times as harder just to try to get any kind of look at you. Because why would they try to, get a high schooler that just graduated and, look for a team where they can get somebody that's been at a college for 3 years and already has experience, and then get them, other than you.
Right.
So other than that, I would say outside of just football, go to camps, put in the extra work, find a mentor to look up to and give you some guidance other than just posting on social media. You got to do all those steps just to try to make it now.
No one gets to the status where you are without help. None of the players in the NFL, college players, they had to have help. They had to have a supporting cast. Who was that one person that inspired you that you can look into that camera and tell them thank you right now, parent, coach, significant other? Who was that person? And let them know right now they're looking.
I would say my mom and my stepdad. Growing up, they took care of me, and anything I wanted, pretty much sports-wise, cleats, gear, anything. It was like, as long as you are making good grades, and our goal for you is not to have a job at 16 or 17, get a scholarship, and we'll take care of you. And then I went out there, and I did it. So I would say my mom and my stepdad pretty much drove me to getting where I'm at.
Okay. All right, I'm going to do a little rapid fire with you real quick. But before we go, I heard you came in and you said, hey, you introduce yourself, and then you introduce a significant other. You want to introduce this person over to your left?
I am. That's my beautiful fiance. We just got engaged a month ago.
All right,
So,
all right,
that's
congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
That's Morgan, my fiance, soon to be wife next year.
All right.
So she's my support system. She always has my back.
All right, I like weddings now, so make sure I get it.
Yeah.
I like to put it on. Listen. All right. Reggie Bush, Percy Harvin.
Oh. You gonna do it to me like that? I am a big Gators fan. I would say Reggie Bush though.
Michael Jordan, LeBron.
They gonna hate me for this one, LeBron.
One more strike, you out, dude.
Yeah.
Chocolate or vanilla ice cream?
Oh, I like vanilla.
Like vanilla?
Mm-hmm.
How do you like your steak? Well done, medium rare.
Oh, medium rare.
He's out of here.
Yeah. Hey, I'm from Milton, Florida. It's country over here. We like a medium rare, yeah.
Man, it's been real. I really enjoyed this, man. Maybe we can do it again sometime.
Hey, whenever. Let me know.
Maybe we'll catch a game. After the game, maybe you come to the game, and we'll go live.
Yeah.
You do it?
Yeah, I'm down.
Hey, man, thanks you for coming out and helping us out with Panther Pride Night. Andre Flakes, Milton, and Troy Standout. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That's been Real Talk.